Hi, everybody. Welcome to Student Stories, our brand new YouTube page. This is Jennifer Smith, and we are so thrilled that you are here today with us. And we are also thrilled to have one of my very, very favorite classmates, Sarianna Lee, on our first Student Stories episode of the semester. Welcome, Sarianna.
Hello. Good to be here.
Hi.
Hi.
Would you introduce yourself, please, to our listeners?
Yeah. Hi. My name is Sarianna, and I am a student at JCCC. And I am currently in a few classes, and one of those being a class that I share with Jennifer, which is Fundamentals of Acting, which
Woohoo.
is where I met her.
Yeah.
hmm
So you are originally from Texas, yes?
Yeah, I am originally from Texas, and I moved here with my family about 8 years ago, which I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to go to the school. It's been great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a pretty unique backstory about your journey to
hmm
JCCC and how you came to study here on campus with us. Will you share that with our listeners?
Yeah, sure. So I was actually homeschooled for my entire, I guess 18 years of like schooling. I did go to like a co-op once, but it was only for 6 months. And yeah, I had no experience at all with public schooling or like private schooling or anything like that. Anything that's like, more traditional. And so I was like pretty nervous when I started thinking about going to college. And yeah, it was like a little bit nerve-wracking.
Sure. How long have you been here on campus?
I have been here, how many? Like, I guess it's been about 2 months.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
is your first semester here
This
with
is
us.
my first semester. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
hmm
welcome to campus.
Thank you.
How are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. I think like the first day when there was like everyone there was like people everywhere able to direct us to our classes, and everyone was like really really kind. And it was like a little less scary than I thought it would be, which was, really helpful.
Yeah,
hmm
absolutely. So that leads perfectly into my next question, which is about having been homeschooled. What's that transition been like to go from a homeschool environment to a very big, very public school like JCCC?
Yeah, it's been really different. There's like so many people that I've gotten to meet. There's so many like clubs, there's so many classes. It's like a little bit overwhelming with how much is going on, but it's great because you have so many options, so many ways to meet new people and find people that have the same interests as you. And I really love that because I really love people. And it was hard, being homeschooled and you don't get to see a lot of people. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
On the topic of people, you spoke very highly in our pre interview of your professors. Um, is there one that has really stood out to you that has really made a difference in your short time here at JCCC? And can you share that story with us?
Yeah. I feel like, let's see. I feel like my composition one professor, Danny Alexander, I feel like he has been uh like really encouraging, especially like in the beginning classes. Um yeah, he was like very friendly, and the I really like the freedom that he gave us in our assignments because we got to pick our own subjects, and um yeah, I really like that.
That's wonderful.
Mhm.
That's wonderful. On the topic of the academics, you mentioned that you and I are in the same fundamentals of acting class. So shout out to the fundies and shout out to Aubrey Urban, who we love. She's a wonderful professor. Are
Mhm.
you involved in any campus activities?
Yeah, I go to this board game club that is um it's in the cafeteria on Fridays at I think 12:30, which has been really nice to be able to like connect with people and play games that I love and learn new card games. It's been really really nice.
Yeah, you were telling me earlier that you went to one of the games this afternoon after our class. So that's fun. If anybody should be interested in joining that group, do they just show up to the cafeteria or do they need to send a message to you guys first? How do they reach you? That sort of thing.
Yeah, so if you want to join the board game club, you literally just have to come to the cafeteria at 12:30 on Friday and just sit down, grab a game, and or join someone else who's playing a game. It's really easy. And if you're like super interested, they've got other events going, and you can be added to their like group meet. hmm
Perfect. Perfect. So you and I share a lot of things in common. We're both sopranos, we're both singers, we both love music, and we also love yarn crafts. Tell our listeners
Yes.
about your love for crochet and how that came to be.
Yeah, so crochet, I have actually just been learning this year. I started in maybe February or March, and I started with knitting, but it did take a long time. So then I started with crocheting, and I really fell in love with it.
Mhm.
And I started making granny squares. I started making bags, and I've just finished like my first cardigan, which took a long time, but I love it so much.
You were working on a bandana, like a white bandana with it looked like granny squares, kind of. Did you finish that?
I did finish that,
Yeah,
yeah.
oh, you have to wear it to class
Yeah.
sometime. Um, you and I also share a love of reading. Can you
Mhm.
tell our listeners a little bit about the books that you like to read?
Ooh, so my favorite kind of books are classic, like classical sort of books. Like, I mean, there's the obvious standout, which is Pride and Prejudice. I like that one, and I love Jane Eyre. I love Anne of Green Gables, and then I also get into the more fantasy side of things, which is like Lord of the Rings and all of the other books that that author has written. I seriously love them. I'm a big nerd. I definitely.
I love that. Early in the semester, when I was getting to know Sarianna, she shared her love with me of Pride and Prejudice, excuse me, and the locket, the Mr.
Yeah.
Darcy locket. Do you still wear that? Do you
I
still have it?
oh, yeah, I should have worn it today,
I
but I
love
didn't.
that.
I showed Jennifer my locket that has, it's, like, shaped like a book, and inside is a very, very teeny tiny picture of Mr. Darcy from the, 1995 BBC series. One of my friends gave it to me for Christmas, and I love it.
Love that.
She actually cut it out of a DVD cover. Like,
Wow. Wow. Very cool.
she's committed.
Very cool.
Mhm.
We also love musicals. You and I both love
Oh,
musicals.
yeah, I love
Tell,
musicals.
tell me about the two that we talked about that you love so much.
Oh, let's see. Did we talk about Phantom of the Opera?
We did.
Phantom of the Opera is one of my favorite musicals. It's just very dramatic. The
Mhm.
music is amazing. I love the organ.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and it's just the dramatic nature of it, the
Yeah.
costumes. It's beautiful. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful movie, and I wish I could see the musical like in person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Believe it or not, I just watched the movie for the first time last weekend.
really?
And to think that Emmy Rossum was 15 when she sang like that, it was just absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And what about being in the room where it happens?
Oh, Hamilton. Hamilton is
Hamilton.
another one of, my favorites. What was, like actually a really good memory for me was when I first was in my first few classes with the fundamentals of acting, a few of us stayed afterwards, and we played card games, and we started singing Hamilton. We started, like, us, like, taking turns. One person would be this character, one person would be that character, and it was, like, the most fun I've had in a long time because I haven't met anyone hardly who loves that musical. So it was, like, a really great moment of bonding for all of us, I
Yeah.
think.
We have a
Yeah.
really good class. And we were talking offline, and we've spoken about this multiple times about how lucky we are to have fallen into this group of really supportive, really funny, really kind people.
Mhm.
Has that helped you in making that transition from being homeschooled to now being in this very public forum to have
Yeah.
people around
Uh,
you like
I
that?
would say that's, like, a big part of what makes, being here so nice and so, like, welcoming and fun is, how friendly the people are in my fundamentals class. Because I feel like in some of the other classes, they may be just, gen eds or they might be harder classes and everyone is more kind of more reserved. It's harder to make friends, but in this class, everyone is really outspoken and really, loud and they wanna have fun
Yeah.
and they're very friendly, and we all have this big group chat where we just talk to each other uh, and, we've had a lot of fun things going on. We even, like, we're giving this one girl, like, relationship
Yeah.
advice. And it was really funny.
I was like, "Do you need me to come pick you up? I can pretend to be your mom and be like, you need to come home
She
right
was on a
now."
date that she did not want
No,
to
she
be
was not
on.
happy.
So
I was like, I've got you, girl. I've got you, girl.
Mhm.
It's funny. The group chat, that is so true. Um, I got a new phone today, and my phone is just now starting to catch up, and it was like bleep, 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 and it was mostly our group chat, which
It was
I
mostly our
love.
group
I love
chat.
that so much. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Um, it feels really good to be noticed and to be seen. And we were
Oh,
talking about that
yes. Mhm.
before the interview this afternoon. I was sick and I missed class and I heard about it. And not only did I hear about it when I got back, but I heard about it on the group chat. So that felt really good to, be
Mhm.
included in that. And that has been my experience here at JCCC, is that it's just been a really welcoming
Yeah.
campus. And I'm glad that that's been your experience.
Yeah, finding people who care about you is so important, and I I really hope that everyone can find a group of friends here that they can really connect with and they can who can check up on each other, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Mhm.
We were just talking about how even though we may not be in classes in the future, we'll still stay friends. And
Mhm.
that's really incredible, and that's the power of, I think, a community college, is that it unites people of all ages, of all backgrounds.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's really wonderful, and I'm glad that that's been a parallel experience for you. How do you stay organized and on top of your studies? And do you have any tips that maybe our listeners or our viewers on YouTube might be able to use as we get closer to finals?
Yeah, that's good. I would say something that's helped me is to take lots of notes. Like whenever the teacher is talking, just take lots of notes, write down the things they're writing down. I have found that especially useful with my music theory class because, man, you have to keep on top of everything
Yeah.
that is happening. Yeah, so I would say lots of notes. I found that, like, blocking out 2 or 3 hours of just study time is really helpful for me, and it can be also helpful after, like, 30 minutes of studying to, like, get up, walk around, get a drink of water, to, like, really refresh yourself and then get back to it. But yeah, having study blocks where you're just only studying and then, like, the rest of the time you're doing something else, I think that's really helpful for focus.
Where do you like to study? Is there a place here on campus that you like to study, or someplace in the city, or are you more of a home study type
Yeah, I
student?
think coffee shops have helped me quite a lot in studying. There's this place, it's like one of my favorite coffee shops. It's called Ace Coffee and it's in Grandview. And that has been one of my favorite places. They've got big windows, they've got cheap cappuccinos like in the
Love that.
afternoons. And yeah, that's been like my favorite place to study.
Love that.
Yeah.
Are there other students there that you see studying as well, or does everybody kind of keep to
Oh,
themselves?
actually, I
Or
do have a friend who is studying nursing, and I see her there quite a lot, but she's not going to this school.
gotcha.
Yeah.
On the topic of your friends, you told me in our pre-interview that you had a friend that was already a student here at
Mhm.
JCCC, and that she kind of helped you make that bridge.
Oh,
Can you share
yeah.
that story?
Yeah, she helped me so much. Her name is Paloma, and she helped me, like, get into school as a homeschooled student. She helped me set up everything, like, she explained to me the financial end of things, she explained to me how to set up, like, counseling sessions, yeah, I would just ask her questions and she'd give me a very thorough answer, and I feel like, honestly, I couldn't have done it without her because yeah, I would have had to ask so many other questions to,
Yeah.
like, other people, but, yeah, I'm really grateful to her for helping me.
And it goes back to what you were saying before about the power of community, and the
Yeah.
power of having people in your life that are there to support you, that are cheering for you, that want you to win.
Mhm.
And I'm so glad you had Paloma, and I'm glad that I have you, and I'm glad that you've had that experience here at JCCC. Um, I love to ask our guests this question. This is so fun. Let's say that time and money were no object. You had a gajillion dollars, you had
Mm.
no commitments, no school, no work, none of that. What would you do? Like,
What
you
would
could
I
go
do?
anywhere, do anything. What would you do?
Mm. Let's see. I think I'd buy a few houses and buy some land.
Ooh.
And because I think, in the future, I would just love to live on a farm, I think.
Mm,
Yeah, so I would buy at least like a couple of houses, like a vacation house and like a house I really liked with some land.
yeah.
And then I would like go traveling I would just travel like a lot, and then I would buy a lot of yarn, and I would just have all this free time to crochet.
Call me. I'm coming over.
You're invited.
Thank you. Love that.
Yeah.
You met Harper in the other room before we came in here. She is also a yarn person too.
Mhm.
So we could probably get a little club of yarnies
Ooh, I'd love
together. That
that.
would be
I would
so
love
fun.
that.
Yeah. If you're a yarnie and you're watching this or you're listening to this, reach out to me and let me
Please
know.
find us.
Yeah, find
We
us.
need a community here.
Yeah, at Cupcake Jen 1972 on socials. I would love to hear from you. What advice would you give to somebody who is maybe homeschooled, or
Mhm.
maybe not 18, maybe a little older than the traditional student, about coming to JCCC, and what it's like to continue your education in this very public forum?
Yeah, I would say, like, don't be, like, intimidated by the college. I think a community college is a great place to start because you can ask as many questions as you want. You can get people to help you. Honestly, I was really surprised at the um, amount of things there are at JCCC that make it possible for people to succeed. Like, there's people who help you write your essays, they'll give you feedback. There's people who help you with math and like science, and there's just so many resources. There's counseling. I love how many resources there are. They make it just as easy as possible for you to succeed. And yeah, I would just say don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, uh, if you want to learn, you should pursue it because, you have that desire for a reason. You should totally go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
faith in yourself and stepping forward like that are gifts that you give yourself. And we were
Mhm.
talking about this, and actually, we've spoken of it several times that sometimes people don't step forward into their light. There's no reason not to. There are so many, as Sarianna said, resources here to help you and
Mhm.
wonderful people to walk beside you.
Yeah, and you don't have to start off with like a full class schedule. You could
Mm-mm.
take like one class, you could take two classes, you can dip your toes in, you can take anything that interests you. And that's why I love this place.
Yeah. And that's true of everyone. I mean, we've talked about this. We talked about this last semester. I am in my 50s, so I am a non traditional student. We have students here that are my age and older, which is always fun when I get in a class and there's somebody older than me. I'm like, yes, I'm not the oldest in the class. It has happened. And then we've got folks that are younger, some high school folks, and we have some in our class as well, our
Yes, you
theater
do. There's
class.
two of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's a place here for everyone at JCCC, and I think that we are stronger because of each other. We grow from each other, and we grow for each other. And I'm really, really appreciative that I've had that opportunity with you. So I want to circle back, if we can, to you being homeschooled. You shared a pretty
Yeah.
cool story about your mom. And that time that you were together when she was homeschooling you. Can you share that with our listeners? Because I think it kind of circles back to what we've been talking about,
Yeah.
support and having great people in your corner.
Sure. Yeah. So my mom actually only ever got an 8th grade education. And yeah, she actually like dropped out of school when she was 14. But she still taught me and my 3 siblings. She homeschooled all of us. And there were, a few things that we did have to figure out because of that, like, all of the algebra stuff that was like pretty complicated. It's not something that she could really help us with, unfortunately. But but yeah, yeah, it was really good. And she always encourages me to do whatever. She would have been happy like if I decided not to go to college, and now that I am going to college, she like, supports me and asks me how my classes are doing. And yeah, she just really supports me in anything that I'm putting my mind to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a wonderful feeling that is.
Yeah.
Not only here on campus, but at home too, to have those people cheering for you and those people really, really wanting you to do
Mhm.
well. So something that I forgot to ask you about was
Mhm.
other musical artists that you like. You mentioned Fleet Foxes to me in our pre-interview.
Yeah.
I had never heard of them until you mentioned them to me. So tell us a little bit about why you like them, and if there's a
Yeah.
song of theirs that you think I should listen to since I'm new to them.
Mhm. Yeah, Fleet Foxes is, my favorite band. I think owing in part because of my owing to my brother because, it was one of his favorite bands, and I just love to listen to it to, like, feel close to him.
Yeah.
And I really love them because especially their older albums because they have so many choral elements.
Nice.
Yeah, like it sounds like a choir. They've
Yeah.
got different harmonies, different melodies. Me and my friends would used to like sing them together and like,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
and had
Nice.
all of those. Yeah, but I would recommend their first album. It's
Okay.
like it's really beautiful. It's like kind of medieval sort of feeling.
Ooh,
It
nice.
also feels like fall, so it'd be great to listen to right
Yeah,
now.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, as we're coming to the end of October. Yeah. On
Mhm.
the topic of music that you love, who else is on your playlist? I know
Um,
Hamilton and Phantom are, but who
yeah.
else is on your playlist?
Who else is on my playlist? Oh, I think Tame Impala actually just dropped a new album, and I've been listening
Yeah.
to that, so that's definitely been on my radar. Yeah, it's been
Nice.
really good.
Very
Song
good.
Dracula is really good.
Very good. I have to
Yeah,
check that out. Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Well, guys, we're so thrilled that you were here with us today for our first Student Stories segment. Say that 10 times fast. Student Stories segment of the Messenger Mic'd Up, our new podcast here at JCCC. My very dear friend, Sarianna Lee, thank you so much for being here with us
You're
today.
welcome, Jennifer.
Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Zach, who is off camera over here, who is our podcast editor, for all of his support. We're thrilled that you're here with us, and we can't wait to see you back on Student Segments. Have a great day, guys. Bye.